What up today? Today is Friday, it's video number 4, and right now I'm going to take you through my current breakfast, so what I'm currently eating at the moment. So this is very typical of what I'd normally eat for breakfast. I'll give you all the macros for it. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see that as well. So what I normally have is, at the moment, it is shreddies. So I usually have 75 grams of this stuff. Cool, 75 grams of that. And then the next thing I have is, I will mix that up with some protein powder. So I do normally use normal milk, but I've run out, so I'm going to be using this chocolate almond milk, which I don't really use. So I usually use like semi-skimmed normal cow's milk. So let me just weigh this out as well. Cool, that'll do. And then I'll add a scoop of whey protein isolate to that. I'll put in some creatine as well. Just to quickly answer the supplements that I'm taking, these are literally the 2 supplements I'm taking. Whey protein and creatine monohydrate. And that's literally it. And that is that's my breakfast 5-6 days of the week. So I'm just going to eat this, and then I'm going to be heading to the gym later on. I'm going to be hitting a pull session today, so I'll run you through it. I'm going to be training at my local gym, so it's a different environment. But yeah, catch you in that next clip. So I was a bit tired and grumbly in that last clip, but yeah, now once I've eaten, I've perked up a little bit now that I have some food. So yeah, just to run you through the basis of this video. So I will be doing a pull session, but the main focus for this video is just to run you through macros and calories. So this is probably the most important video that I'll be releasing. It's something that I'm super passionate about, and that's something that I specialize in, is nutrition. I study at degree level, so I know a lot about it, and it's the information that I want to give you guys the most on. So I'm going to try not to make this video too long, just make it as informative as possible, but as quick as possible, so that you can just view it and then implement it into your own life. That's the goal. So I'll catch you guys in the next clip. Like I said, this is probably the most important video that I'll probably release regarding nutrition. So it's going to teach you how to set your calories and how to set your macros. So all of these are based on someone who trains regularly and who has the goal of dropping body fat percentage and therefore dropping body weight. So the first thing you need to establish is what is your maintenance calories. So how many calories you need to consume to maintain your current body weight. That's the first thing you need to find out. Now the technical term for that is called TDEE, total daily energy expenditure. And this is basically made up of 4 factors. So your TDEE is made up of your BMR, so your basal metabolic rate. So this is the amount of calories you need to just survive. Your physical activity, so the amount of calories you burn doing your exercises. non-exercise activity thermogenesis, so stuff that you do outside of physical activity, so like for example walking around. And the last factor is the thermic effect of food. So all of those 4 factors make up your total daily energy expenditure. So you need to find out exactly what this is. And there's an easy way of just finding that out, and it's just literally just going online and you can literally type in TDEE calculator. I'll put a link on the screen right now. That's a good one. Go on there, type in your stats, height, weight, age, your physical activity level. There's also an option to type in your body fat percentage. So if you know your body fat percentage, I recommend just typing it in there and it'll give you a slightly more accurate reading for your TDE. So once you've worked out your TDEE, you can now set your cutting calories. So now that you know your maintenance calories, for you to burn fat and lose weight, you basically just need to be in a deficit. So the standard model says you need to be 500 calories under your maintenance, but in personal experience, I've seen that it is quite a harsh drop to go straight down into 500 calories. So I recommend to a lot of my clients, and what I do for myself, is starting off with maybe maintenance if you've been bulking for a long time, or even just 100 or 200 calories under your maintenance, and then just playing it week by week, seeing what your body weight is, seeing how your body weight reacts to those, see how your body reacts to that 200 calorie deficit, and then going from there week by week. So as a general rule, I'd probably say 200 to 300 calories under your maintenance. So work out your maintenance and then just set your calories at 200 to 300 calories underneath that, and then track it week by week. So that's the first bit done. So now you know your cutting calories. The second thing is to work out your macros. So macronutrients are basically fats, proteins and carbs. Those are your macronutrients. So you need to first of all work out your protein. So for your protein, it will be based off of your body weight. So work out your body weight, convert it into pounds. So if your kilos, times it by 2.2, that will be your protein intake. So your protein intake as a guide should be between 1 and 1.3 grams per pound of body weight. That's for you to achieve the goal of dropping body fat and preserving muscle mass. Now, this is where nutrition can be tailored to preferences or be made very personal. So I'll give you a range for you to hit your macros, and it's up to you to decide whether you want to go for the upper range of it or the lower range of it. So for your protein, it is between 1 and 1.3. So if you feel like you enjoy eating a lot more protein in your diet, then I recommend just going up to 1.3 grams per pound of body weight. But if you're someone that struggles to get in protein, or you don't like consuming protein-rich foods, I'd go for the lower end of 1 gram per pound of body weight. But make sure you're within those ranges. So for me, I like to consume a lot of protein, and I feel like it satisfies me. So I like to go for the higher range. So at the moment, I'm on 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. So the next thing to work out is your fat intake. So to work out your fat intake, your fat should basically be between 15 and 25% of your calorie intake. So again, this is where you personalize it to your own nutrition. So if you're someone that enjoys eating fatty foods, then I'd go for the upper range of 25% of your calorie intake. If you're someone like me who doesn't really enjoy consuming fats, or prefers using your calorie intake more towards consuming carbs and proteins, then I'd go for the lower end. If you're unsure, I'd just stick with 20% of your calorie intake. So it should be between 15 and 25%. So get out your calculator and you can work this out. So you basically type in your cutting calories that you've worked out, divide that by 100, and then times it by 15, 20 or 25. And this will give you the calories for fats. And all you need to do to that number is divide that by 9, and then it should give you a figure for your fat intake in grams. Okay, so that's the first two worked out. So you've worked out your protein intake, you should now have a fat intake, and the last figure will be your carbs. So the carbs basically just make up the rest of your calories. So you need to go back to your calculator, and then you need to type in your fat intake, times that by 9, that should give you a figure. And then all I want you to do as well is your protein intake, and then times that by 4, and then that will give you a figure. So you'll have your fat in calories and your protein in calories, and then I want you to add them two together, give yourself a figure. And then with that figure, I want you to get your maintenance calories and take away this figure from your maintenance calories, okay? And then that will give you a figure as well. And then all I want you to do is divide that number by 4, and then it should give you your carb intake, okay? So if you followed all those steps, you should now have your protein intake in grams, fat intake in grams, and lastly your carb intake in grams. And then that is how you work out your macros. So hopefully you have picked all that up and I haven't confused the hell out of you. I don't want to get too technical with why these are the figures you need to consume, because that would take up literally like an hour video. But just be aware that these macros are beneficial for someone who trains regularly and has the goal of dropping body fat, like myself. So I will actually be on, I'll get my actual macros up. So I am actually on, so my macros, I'm currently on 3,200 calories at the moment this week for week 2. My maintenance is about 3.4 and a half. So about 200 calorie deficit at the moment. And my macros at the moment is protein is 225, carbs is 412, and fat is 73 grams. And those are my current macros. And then I basically just see week by week what my progress is and adjust my calories and macros based on my goals and my body weight. And then that's probably the way I suggest you guys doing it as well. It's just seeing week by week. See if you get a drop in your body weight, and if you do, see if you can adjust calories. And I'd recommend dropping your calories by roughly around 100 calories a week, and then that should give you a stable weight loss plan. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing for you guys, and you picked it all up. But yeah, I will be releasing a lot more nutrition-based videos that you can sort of take a lot from, because basically I just want to give you as much value as possible and then just basically help you guys. So yeah, I think that will conclude today's video. I don't want to make it too long, I don't want to bore you too much. And if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you for staying on and watching me blabber on. But yeah, hopefully a couple more videos to come for you for the prep, and then yeah, hopefully catch you guys for that one. So as always, hit that like button, subscribe if you're watching it on YouTube, and then hopefully catch you guys very soon.